In this video, I want to address the lack of attention that we are suffering these days, and that is taking us into a mental health issue. Sort of globally, it's a generalized issue with mental health. And I want to start by telling you that I have videos that are only 1 minute on my channel. So this video is gonna be a little bit longer than regular videos I have made in the past. So if it's too long for you and you lack concentration and attention, you can go to those videos that are short, because nowadays the attention span of most people is very, very short, and it's leading to a generalized mental pandemic. And so I'm going to start by around 23 years ago, when the internet got out of the military space and into our lives. And what happened with that is that progressively we have had the option to access more and more devices, such as the cell phone. The cell phone today has so many functions that in the past, all those functions were divided into different devices and even places that you could use. What am I referring to? So do you remember in the past when you had to make a phone call? You were at home and your telephone was physically there, a home phone. You would make the phone call from there. Or let's say you needed to watch a movie, you would go to the cinema, you would watch it at home on your TV. Also, let's say you needed to hear to music, you would play, on the CD player, and you would listen to music that way, or play on the radio. Also, let's say just recently you needed to do groceries. You had to go physically to the supermarket and get the groceries, right? So maybe I think you're getting the idea. Before, you wanted to read a book, you wanted to do some homework for the school, some project, some essay, you would go to the local library and you would pull a card and would pull a book, and they would tell you when to return it. And it was a beautiful process in itself, just to go to the library and be surrounded by all those books and what they could provide. Not so much these days. You know, that cell phone that you carry in your hands is right now a cinema, it's a store, it's a public library, it's everything. It's the radio, right, where you listen to music. So everything that you used to do outside of the cell phone, it didn't exist. But you would have to go and visit the public library. So you would go and would walk and would get there. You would go and enjoy the cinema. All of these things and activities that were surrounded with entertainment and what you wanted to do. You wanted to go to a store to buy a pair of shoes, you will go, right now you can do it from the cell phone. So you see, everything that before was like spread and you could just enjoy, even doing those things, you could enjoy them. Right now, everything is in one handheld device, just in the cell phone, correct? So why is this an issue? It is because more and more we are separating ourselves from other people. And this is where the mental health issue is coming from, is arising from. We, since inception of times, human beings have had to survive, have had to keep themselves together. And socially and in communities, we have developed ourselves. Today, till today, in our genes, that connectivity with other human beings at the social, at the community level, at the human level, is there. But what has happened with the upcoming of these technological devices, we are more and more separated from each other. There is no connectivity. There is no human connection, social connections. There is nothing. Everybody is living in their world, which is now this cell phone. Because like I said before, everything can be done now from the cell phone, even work, right? Because now many people are working from the cell phone or from the computer, so you don't even have to leave your house to work. So we're disconnecting ourselves from the outside world. We are disconnecting ourselves from other people. We're no longer making connections. The cell phone now, it's a dating place. Before you had to go to the beach, to the cinema, to a restaurant, to a meeting, right? And you would meet someone that would, you would forge together a relationship for life. And that's how family started. These days, dating is also on the cell phone. So you see how technology has come to disrupt everything humans have known for so many years and centuries and millennia. Correct? But do not forget, we are social beings. We are human beings. We exist because of the connection with each other that we have in our genes. This is how we work the best. Because if you isolate yourself, if you are by yourself all the time, thinking this is a wonderful world on your cell phone, and you do not talk to other people, you do not have other people, you do not just stroll around and look at them even from the distance in a park, you are becoming less and less human every single day. And this is not made up. This is how we have been since we started this humanity. Only by keeping ourselves together in connection with each other can we survive. But technology came and has disrupted this beautiful and needed connection that it's in the genes. Do not overpass this information, because the mental health issues right now is because we are separated from ourselves, from each other. And I'm not talking only about personal relationships, only about being in a bed with somebody else. No, I'm talking about the regular interaction between human beings at the regular level, in a meeting, in the park, in a place that you just met someone and had a little bit of a chit chat. So do not think that only close relationships is what I'm talking about. No, I'm talking at the social level, at the human level. So the mental health issue is here and it's hitting us hard. People are already starting to lose their short-term memory, and they're not going to be able to make long-term memory in just a few years. They won't remember nothing, even their names. Okay? And this is not happening only to elderly people. This is going to happen to everybody. If you keep on going and do not understand the need to put aside your cell phones and your devices and make human connections, eye-to-eye connection, speak to people, get around people, talk about topics of interest or whatever it is, so that we can somehow derail these mental health issues and it doesn't have to become a pandemic. Because I'm telling you, technology is not the friend you think it is. Because at the other end of the device, there is a company, there is a business making money on you, on your health, on the stability of your mind, on the tranquility of your family. Because everything now, from the single human being to families, because you can see kids, they do no longer look at you in the eyes because they're interested only in what they see on the screen. And we're damaging them by not supervising correctly the time they spend on these devices, which by itself is really detrimental to health. Because right now, if you don't know, the cell phone has lots of radiation that can kill your cells and can give you cancer and all other hosts of diseases that you don't know where they're coming from. Well, they're coming from having so much time, these devices on your hands. So these devices can be useful if you use it for a given purpose for an amount of time. But no, we have it in our hands all the time. We exercise, we have the cell phone in the hand. Now we're talking, we have these, earplugs in the ears so that we can listen to music, talk to people. Those devices for the ears are also damaging for your health, because the way the inner ear canal works, when the sound comes, some has to rebound. And these things are completely inside your auditory canal. And now no sound can go out. So you're going to suffer from ear problems also in the near future. So if we don't learn to separate what these devices can do for our benefit and what are they doing for against our health and against our benefit, we're going to continue with the mental health pandemic, because people are disconnected from each other. People are getting sick. People are getting isolated. People are having suicidal thoughts, because we are social beings. We cannot be separated from each other, because this is how we have been for a long time, and it is in the genes. We need this type of connectivity to survive as a race. We did not come by ourselves. To survive, we had to get united. And this is the way it has been. And technology is not going to stop that process, because it can't. Because it's already in the genes that we can live like this the best. We can survive like this. So don't think that you by yourself can manage just by having this cell phone in your hands, because you can't. You're gonna get depressed. You're gonna get anxiety. You're gonna get suicidal thoughts. You're gonna think you're good for a few years, but this is gonna hit you really hard. And it's hitting really hard a lot of people right now. There are a lot of people on mental pills. Just, of course, again, going the wrong way about things. So this video is made to bring you this problem of how the internet, how technology, how our inability to see what is really going on, how this is affecting our lives. And there's gonna be mental issues, memory issues already there. I see it every single day. Every single day. I see how forgetful people are. And how your memory is becoming shorter and shorter. And your attention to detail is becoming shorter and shorter. And your focus and your concentration is no longer there. Because that's what the devices do to us, to our brain, to our emotions. We're not connected anymore. So I hope you pass the word around. I hope if you are very, very into technology, you realize this is not for our best interest. People are making money on our health. And this can be changed with having a little bit of knowledge and a little bit of understanding how things work. Be smart about your life. Be smart about your health. Be smart about how humans work so that we can survive these detrimental times of the technology and use it for an intended purpose, not to live on the cell phone. Be smart.